All right, so if you struggle with low back pain or knee pain during your workouts, these are a couple really good tools that you have to understand in order to keep training through your injuries. What I have with me here is a curb ramp. I got it off Amazon. It's like $30 for a 2-pack, and it's a really, really, really good tool that will help demonstrate a couple things here. So first thing to understand is our mechanics and how we do certain movements can actually change where the emphasis of that exercise is being placed. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. The easiest way to see this is I want you to take a look at my squat for a second. So I have very stiff and tight ankles. I don't have very good ankle dorsiflexion. And this makes my squat very hingy. So if I were to go down into a squat, the lowest I can go is about here before I really have to drop my torso down forward. And again, this is because my ankles are very tight. Now, if I go up onto this wedge here, what you can see is, without knowing much about what a squat should look like, you can clearly see that this is a much smoother and much cleaner squat pattern. So what this wedge does for me is this actually improves my ankle mobility by allowing my knees to move forward past my toes. Now, a couple things about this is, when we're doing a squat and our torso is upright and our knees move forward, much more of the emphasis is placed in our thighs and in our knees. Versus when we're here and we do a squat and it's a much more lean forward position, much more of the emphasis is going to be placed in the glutes and the hamstrings. So if we're training with knee pain, for example, one of the things that we can do is, if you have a more naturally upright squat, you can bias your moves, like lunges is another good way to see it. Instead of keeping my torso totally vertical during my lunge or my split squat, I can think about pitching my torso forward here, okay? Consequently, if we're having low back pain or low back issues with squatting, one of the things that we see often is that individuals don't have enough ankle flexibility to maintain an upright torso. So if we use a wedge, we can still place a bar on our back, go through the squat motion, and there's way less strain on the back in this position compared to a squat in this position, okay? So the wedge is a really good tool that can help us change our mechanics if we're dealing with a particular injury. So those are a couple good tips for you. If you're dealing with low back pain with squatting, try to elevate your heels a little bit. That will keep your torso a little bit more upright. And if you're dealing with knee pain with lunges or anything like that, a really good tip for you is to get more pitch forward of that torso, so that will allow you to offload the knees, put more of the strain